That's the most important part of maintaining a really long back-to-back chain. You are going to get garbage, so you need to find a way to maintain back-to-back and downstack at the same time. I do wish I had audio for this, but like, the audio is some guy talking about programming his Christmas tree. So I'd rather not play that out. Met Park, I think so, yeah, that sounds familiar. Let's do a quick review of this 56 back-to-back, and then I'll probably end the stream. This is just LST shape again, should look pretty familiar. The 3 white gaps over here, on top of the T-spin. So I have to fill this thing in over here. And I'll probably do that with one of the SP says. Yeah, that's the first intuition. So then you get this 3 white gap above the T-spin, and that's really easy to follow up. You just put the S piece here, and then you put the Z piece here, and then it's fixed up. That's exactly what I do, okay. And now it's a 2 height difference. So first intuition is probably to put the O piece here. Like really close to PC actually. Yep, so O piece goes there. Imagine an S piece on top. The thing is, this is so completely flat that I'm not sure it's going to work. If I have a flat overhang like this, I would need to fill it up with a J piece. So it's only 1 height on the right. So this would maintain the 1 height difference from left to right. So this would be the optimal continuation with the O piece on the right. But I think it works. Oops. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm really not sure why I didn't go for this. Oops. That would have been pretty good. Assuming I don't place the O piece there though. Okay, I see the issue. It's pretty hard to fill it up and have this. Doesn't really work with this cue. So I think I intuitively realized it wouldn't work. So let's keep watching. This works here only because the cue is perfect for an STSD. I didn't build the kick for it, I just spun it in. But here we see the 1 height difference again. We're back to the LST shape in the middle of the board. So it's really easy to continue back to back from here. There's a few options. And again, it's really obvious how you can just put the Z or an L piece right here. For the Q here, I really want to use S overhang here. And then I on the right's not too bad. So I think I could do O, I, Z, S here. Yeah, this is not the optimal continuation. Let's start from here. Let's find something better. Ah, I see. Okay, the issue here is just that there isn't a T piece in Q. So you can't really think of the next T-spin yet. Like, this is the first thing that came to mind. Just because floating T-spins are really good for when there's no T pieces in Q. They're pretty bad for maintaining back-to-back. But they're good for just like ignoring the bottom of your board and dealing with a really late T piece. So yeah, I'm just trying to stack around the T-spin at this rate. I forgot there wasn't a T piece in Q. Because of the late T, you can tell there's a really lopsided stack. So now I'm thinking of the best way to fix the right side of the stack. T piece is already in Q, so it's safe to build another T-spin. I'm trying not to spire up any further. The main issue with overhanging on the left, I really need an L piece for that. Overhang on the right's simply better. But this is pretty difficult to continue back-to-back from if I want to keep the well. The obvious choice here is to just take the quad and then shift the well so the LST shape is maintained. There is a T-spin here, just with a Z piece, and then overhang. So I probably take the quad and then transfer to a middle well. Yep, exactly what I do. I can place the L and then the S, and that's fixed up. Yep. And here's a 3 wide. 3 wide gap's the best for T-spins. I see a donation with the double Z pieces. Just overhang on the right and then donate. I think this is what I actually go for, because it just keeps the well, and the first intuition is to keep the well. So it works out here, and the LST shape is still maintained. The optimal choice for overhang here is the JPs. Yep, so I try to force it, and then I take the T-spin. I'm not sure I agree with this O-piece placement, now that I'm looking back. If I place it here, I still have a 3 wide gap. And I'm playing at like 3.2 PPS. I'm just looking for the fastest option. I don't realize I don't have a J piece in queue. It's mandatory if I want to keep back-to-back here. Definitely spiring around the T-spin until I find a J piece. So that's the problem. I end up with this really tough spire. If I get garbage under here, it's probably just Jover. I have to keep going. It's forced. It's because of the late J piece. I saw it coming during VOD review. Luckily, the shape is still kept. There's so many options here. Again, after the Z piece is placed here, it's a 3 wide gap. There's infinite options. I could just place the Z piece here, place the O piece, and then have an overhang with the L piece. O here, L here. And that would be really clean. Or I could just overhang with the Z piece, also really clean. The T piece is right there. I might just take the overhang. Yeah, get it over with. Let's find a couple more options. So this is an option, and this creates a cut copy, which is really clean. Oh, that's better. And here's another 3 wide gap. There's another 3 wide gap. As long as you maintain that 3 wide gap, just T-spin city, really. Ooh, this is a problem. This might be a panic placement. This gravity just made me do this, I think. If it was slower gravity, I'd probably overhang with this O piece. If I want to overhang on the left, I'm forced to use the L piece. Yeah. Actually, this is really good as well. So the intuition between this line is I have to place the S piece there. So I might as well spire up on the left as well. And then the I piece manages to fix the height difference perfectly because there's 2 S pieces. This is easier to think about because this eye foresight does take a little bit more vision. I do think I have to waste the T here. I don't have to, it's a really late T. But high gravity, so I definitely just go for the faster option that I see. There it is, it's still fine. But waste the T, not go for efficiency. Imagine I had an I piece here. I could just place it in this column, O piece on the left, and then I would have an overhang with another S piece, and it's still fine. All I have to fill up is these 2 rows. But the queue is perfect for this kaiden in particular. It looks like a kaiden, it's just missing this singular block. So I use basically the same T-spin. Hamburger there, Dingo? Let's see. So this is the normal prop. I believe that's what it's called. It's a TSD. The queue works here. I go for it and it works, but hamburger would be like this. Also works, depending on the queue. I probably have an S piece coming up. Or really, this is fine. The biggest issue with this board right now is the 3 height difference on the right side. It's a bit annoying. But hamburger is viable. It's pretty good for fast T-spin continuations. This works here. Specifically because of this Z piece, it lets me fix the right side. I'm getting high up, so I need to figure out a way to get down to this hill. So I'm probably going to play a little bit safer. Which is why my first intuition is to throw this to the left, probably. Because if I'm very safe at the bottom, I'm fixing this height difference by creating a 3 white gap. I am placing this L piece right here on the top. And then I'm overhanging and I'm waiting for this Z piece. And then I have my next T-spin. But I'm like, oh crap, I'm high up, I need to get down. So I'm trying to stack flatter. So that's the intuition between these next two placements. I'm not particularly good at back-to-backing while down stacking. So honestly, that's the most important part of maintaining a really long back-to-back chain. You are going to get garbage, so you need to find a way to maintain back-to-back and down stack at the same time. Firestorm is a great player to watch for this, because Firestorm is incredible at counting to 6. Not just counting to 4, counting to 6 including the T-spin double. Here I'm just trying to get down. So I'm a little panicky, and thank goodness there isn't a T-piece in queue because I'd be wasting a ton of them. This is just a TST shape. Honestly, this is lucky. I'm going to take the TST and find my way out. I do not need to do that though. That's bad. If I get garbage here, this is such a bad option. Thanks for the follow, welcome to the stream. What I'm seeing here is the J piece up here as the overhang, and it's still one singular height. So it's pretty good. Looking back, if I did a tunnel vision on that, or I might have misheld this, but J piece here and then the S piece is just so beautiful. And then I'm just going to start stacking quads. Just going to try to get down. What I should be doing here really is looking for a T-spin donation to try and minimize my wasted Ts. This makes a 3 white gap, so theoretically it's possible to find a T-spin here. And there is. The intuition behind this donation, right? Because the left side is mostly filled out, I want to figure out a way to fill out the right side. And right now I have a Z piece, so I put that there, and look what we have here. We have a 3 white gap, which is beautiful. I got right here. And if there's a 3 white gap, you know there's a T-spin. And now that we have this Z piece here, visualize it there already. We just need to fill out these 2 rows. And that's what I'm trying to figure out how to do. We place that there, and then this clearly does not work. And this creates a dirty overhang, whether it's on this side or this side, because there's stuff under the sides of the T-spins. There's holes, so you can't cover those up. So this is forced. The floating T-spin has to be donated on this side. And this follows. And now we fill these 2 rows around the T-spin, which is why this goes here. And there we go. T-spin. There's no way to fix this dependency. If I place the L piece one more to the right and don't have these 2 holes here, I can just double T piece on the left and it's flatter. Here I'm forced to burn an I piece here just to fix this dependency. Or just spire around it, since I have the speed for it. But yeah, it just forces me to go super high, and I have to burn these 2 T pieces anyway. This LP just causes problems for the next 2 bags or so. Okay, but now we have a decent board, so we're back to looking for back-to-backs. I'll go for a quad. Count to 4 is fine. Or mini TSS here. Yeah, mini TSS at the bottom, clearing the garbage line, and then overhang with the Z piece. This is clean. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Here we're looking to get back into the LST shape, so I think I overhang with O to maintain the 3 white gap up here and a 1 height difference. Yeah, I forced that. And here, this is a bit awkward because of this Z piece. Otherwise, I could just overhang with the Z piece, but I had to place that there. The tuck there actually isn't horrible. This is good. And then a nice option is to just place the J piece here and then tuck the L piece. It's a better way to build a TSD. There's a better way. I mean, hindsight is 2020, I guess. The intuition behind trying this first is to have the Z and S placement. So I'm just trying to fit everything around it. Since I want to put the Z here. That J is forced to be there. I have to put an O piece here. Or that. That also works. Over the well, there's no clear path to a T-spin. I do see stairs, and where there's stairs, there's always a kaidan setup. Kaidan just means stairs, but yeah. I definitely want to put the S piece here, and then fill up these 2 rows. Yeah, first intuition. I'm not sure that's the best option. Okay, so if I was Firestorm, I'd place the J here, and it's freaking beautiful. I get all the way down. So now this is pretty awkward. There is a 3 white gap, but there's no way in hell I go for that. Yeah, this is a panic stacking again. I'm just like, please get me the heck down. And there's cheese on my board. I'm losing it, for sure. I want to count to 4. I'm saving this all I can. With all my ability, I do not want to burn that eyepiece. And I do manage to count to 4. Why does that not work? Why did I do that? Oh, this is a mistake. This is such a mistake. This is just stacking intuition, but it should be flat, and then I'm fine. This is my favorite fix in the entire back-to-back chain. This is such a nice donation. The intuition being there's a T piece here, and then I fill these 2 rows around it. But it takes 3 different pieces to fill these 2 rows, which is why it's so fancy. In addition to these already existing blocks, of course, but this is so beautiful, and you'll see why after it resolves. That's beautiful, and then we have 1 line, and we have a 3 height column, so we can do a mini T-spin here. Mini T-spin single, there we go, and it's a perfect count to 4. This is actually my favorite fix in the entire back-to-back chain because of that. It just works out so beautifully. Now we just go down. We're so much lower. Again, the key to keeping a good back-to-back chain, especially in quick play, you need to down stack with the back-to-backs. And for me, that's the hardest part. Can watch that back again. Awkward stack. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we are pretty low now, so I think I would like to count to 4 again, because we just fill up these 3 with the T piece and then O piece. It's perfect count to 4.
Perfect count to 4.
I just misread that, for sure. There's no way that's a serious placement. I don't know what I'm thinking, really. I should have just gone down. But we're back to the LST shape. This should just look pretty familiar. Does he look diffy? Ooh, wait, you're right. I think I'm panicking. I am definitely panicking. We were back to an LST shape. The Z piece here is so much better. Maintains the 3Y, continues the LST. That's lucky. That's just me trying to squeeze more back-to-backs out. This is a 3Y gap right here. I still want to get down, so I'm probably going to start taking a lot of quads about now. I like to heck with the TSDs. Yep, I waste a T. And then I try to get down. I'm panicking. There's hesitation. This is just me trying to count to 4 and doing my best to continue the back-to-backs while counting to 4. I think I forget how to count to 4 at the end of this chain, honestly. If I place the S piece far left, I take the quad, I'm all the way down with this T-spin mini. That even covers the hull. Yeah, this is panic. Yeah, and then I'm very high up. If I didn't have a 50 chain here, I would not be building T-spins. I'm still spiraling up over the hose. I'm panicking really hard at this point. Not optimal gameplay. And yeah, that is actually straight up why the chain ends. I just start stacking suboptimally and trying to squeeze out as many chains as I could. And then I'm really heavily punished by it because I don't go down. If Q allowed it, C-spin here is really good. When did I get this eyepiece? Yes, right here. But if I was able to find something that could make this work, it would be the best option. I'm really limited by the fact that the T piece is in the hold. The main issue was, again, this L placement really early. And yeah, I'm forced to break it.